everybody. Welcome back to Midvale Minis. I'm Kat. Behind me is the dollhouse I just bought for $10 on Facebook Marketplace. I really like this dollhouse and I have some ideas as to what I really want to do with it. But there's some elements about the dollhouse right now that are distracting me and I can't concentrate on anything except the fact that I really desperately want to remove the wallpaper and flooring and the stuff that's stuck to the roof and things like that. So I figured that's what I'll do today. I will remove all of the things that are distracting and then I can put this house on a shelf and sit down and plan and think and ponder and do all the things that I like to do and come up with an idea of what I want to do. And then at that point, I'll take it out and work on it. So today we're going to clean it up, remove all the wallpaper, all the flooring, and clean up the roof. So come with me and we'll clean the dollhouse. So the first thing I wanted to do was take a vacuum and try to remove as much of that loose snow as possible. I didn't want it to go flying all throughout my house, and I got a lot of it, but not all of it. But it was still better than having it go flying everywhere. The next step was I took my hairdryer and I put it up right next to each piece. And I was able to, with the hottest setting, I was able to let things get hot enough that they popped right off the roof. This little sleigh is really cute and it is made out of metal. So it got pretty hot. If you're going to be doing anything like this, just beware. This little guy gave me so many fits. I tried and tried and tried, and I left that hairdryer on forever. And finally, when he finally yielded, no wonder why. Look at all that glue. I am very happy, though, that the people who made it into a Christmas house, I'm so glad that they used the hot glue because it did take some elbow grease and some time, but it all was popping off very nicely. I would never have been able to do that if they had used wood glue or another type of glue like Elmer's glue. It's so satisfying when these big pieces pop off. Now I had to use my X-Acto knife here, and with the glue, with the amount of glue that was attached to the roof, plus using the X-Acto knife, it did leave marks in some of the shingles. So I'll have to figure out how to maybe use a wire brush or something like that. But here it is, it's all gone and it looks so much better. Next thing I did was I came down to the area right in front of the door, which had this green felt on it. And they had also added these little stone walls, I guess you'd call them. You can see one of them right there. But I had to get this felt off. I just couldn't stand it. And as I was pulling it off, I discovered the beautiful wide plank floors that were underneath. They just threw the hot glue right on top of them. And here it is. Now obviously it's going to need some sanding and some work, but I absolutely love the look of this. I like it so much better than that felt. I was able to pop off the little stone walls, and here they are. I actually like them. I just didn't want them for this project. So I'll put those aside for use some other time. Now I came to the interior, and I'm speeding this up here because it's a lot. I removed all the little trees and the fencing and whatever else they had in here, popped it right off. And again, I will put those aside in my stash. You never know, I might be able to use those in the future for something. They had obviously glued down some sort of a foam board with the faux flooring on top of it. I don't know, but it was so satisfying. It all came off in one big chunk. Next, I moved on to the wallpaper, which again was put on with hot glue. Now here, this was the part that made me just shrug my shoulders. Why? Why are these little flaps here? Why are they covering, partially covering anyway, the windows? No idea, but they all came down too. And I don't know if it's just me or if any of you out there find it really super satisfying when you get a really big chunk of wallpaper that you're taking down and it all comes off in one big sheet. It's just the most satisfying feeling. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you feel the same way or if it's just me. And here I am removing the rest of the wallpaper in here. It all came off pretty easily because again, it was put on with hot glue and only in spots. So it wasn't terrible. Here's another nice big piece that came off and another one and more of that foam. I really don't even know what that is. It's some sort of foam. And a nice big chunk of wallpaper there. So it wasn't too bad. It didn't leave me with very much left on the walls. What there was left on the walls, I took a watered down paper towel. I put some soapy water in there and I just put it on the wall. Luckily for me, the walls are made out of wood. They're not MDF. And so it was perfectly fine. There was no warping or anything like that. Again, I'm speeding this up because it takes a while. And here I am using the same method with the back wall. And it was harder to reach in there, so I grabbed my scraper and I used that and it came off very easily. And now I'm moving to the upstairs. There was the same flooring on the floor there and also on the side of the wall, which is right where I'm peeling the tape. It was held on with Scotch tape. So again, another nice big piece comes off in one fell swoop. Once I started this project, I didn't want to stop because it felt so good to get all of that out of there and have a fresh start. And then when the flooring was done, I went to the back piece and pulled off the entire back wallpaper panel. Yay! The last thing left to do was to remove the, I guess, clothing hook that was glued to the wall. So the tiny little hook came off first, and then I had to work on the popsicle stick that was holding it up. And it yielded too. And here's the final result. Nothing on the roof. Gonna need to really sand that porch, but I love it. And then when you come around here, look, no wallpaper, no flooring. Just gonna have to sand the walls and figure out what I want to do with all of that, but it looks so much better. So there we have have it. It's nice and clean in there now, and I can't wait to start thinking about everything I want to do. My husband had a really good idea. We are both huge Colonial Williamsburg people. We love to go there. It's one of our favorite places. And he suggested, because the outside of the building looks so colonial to me, that I make a colonial shop, something like the Prentice store. If you've ever been to Colonial Williamsburg, you'll know what I'm talking about. Just basically a general store in colonial, selling colonial items. So that's the idea I think I'm going to do, but I really need to flesh it out. And until then, I'm just going to be putting it on a shelf and thinking about it. But now I'm not going to be distracted anymore. So the next project I am going to be working on is I'm going to be getting back to my garden room box, which I had started in the fall. And then when winter hit, I just really didn't want to deal with, gardening and thinking about that kind of thing. So now I'm back into thinking about gardening. And the next step in that particular project is I'm going to be creating bricks and putting them up on the wall and just starting to build the whole thing up. I'm going to put grass in there and things like that. So that'll be the next project for me. So please subscribe and like this video so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you very, very much for watching. I do appreciate the support. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.